Hey, what is up YouTube? This is Hypergon, back again for another video. Now, a little while ago, I'd say maybe a month or maybe a couple weeks ago, I made a video talking about the Clash of Rebellion's new Red Eyes support. And I, as I mentioned that time, was really hyped about it. Well, Konami, in all their wonderfulness, has decided to do something to really up the ante. More Red Eyes support coming out in the very same set that just simply wasn't yet announced. And this stuff is just... I can't even believe it. Some of it came out shortly after the video, but some of it was also just released today, and it's just... oh, it's so stupidly great. I can't believe I couldn't believe my eyes when I saw it, and I'm still just psyched for it. But rather than me rambling on, why don't we go ahead and get started and show you those cards so we can talk about them. Alright, so starting things off, we have this card called Protector of the Shrine. Now, this card is a level 4 Dark Dragon type monster with 0 attack and 2100 defense. His effect states that this card can be treated as 2 tributes for the tribute summon of a dragon type monster. While this card is in your hand or graveyard, if a face-up Dragon-type monster on the field is sent to the graveyard because of a card effect or being destroyed by a battle, except Protector of the Shrine, you can special summon this card. If that monster in the graveyard is a Dragon-type normal monster, you can add 1 Dragon-type normal monster from your graveyard to your hand. You can only use this effect of Protector of the Shrine once per turn. That is insane. This card works just great with the Red Eyes. Even though it's technically not a Red Eyes monster, it does still work really well with them. You can have it special summoned if your Red Eyes or Red Eyes Flare is destroyed, and then he'll come out. You can recycle said Red Eyes or Red Eyes Flare, and then immediately afterwards on the following turn, you can use this guy for your 2 tributes in order to get out your Red Eyes. And to me, that's just... that's a really, really good effect. So, I'm kind of happy about this guy. He's definitely going to be a good addition to the Red Eyes archetype. Next up, we have a monster known as Black Metal Dragon. He is a level 1 Dark Attribute Dragon type monster with 600 attack and 600 defense. Now, this guy says that you can target 1 Red Eyes monster you control, except for Red Eyes Black Chick. Equip this monster to your hand, from your hand or your side of the field to that target. It gains 600 attack. Not really the biggest deal, but it can make the difference. It can turn a regular Red Eyes into a Blue Eyes, basically. The fun part comes here. If this card is sent from the field to the graveyard, whether it's as an equipped spell, as a monster, doesn't matter. You can add 1 Red Eyes card from your deck to your hand, except Red Eyes Black Chick. Let me say that again. A Red Eyes card. That means it can be any of your new Red Eyes monsters. It can be the old Red Eyes. It can be a Red Eyes Wyvern, Darkness Metal, and even some of the spell traps like Red Eyes Fusion and the other things I have yet to get to in this video. Either way, this guy's going to be an excellent addition to the Red Eyes archetype, and I'm thoroughly enjoying using him. I mean, the fact that it specifies card is pretty much the same reason why cards like Infernity Archfiend are so hilariously broken. But anyway, moving on, we now have the pinnacle of the new Red Eyes monsters. A Red Eyes Xyz monster, known simply as Red Eyes Flare Metal Dragon. He is, again, a Dark Attribute Dragon type monster, rank 7, with Red Eyes Darkness Metal effect. Stats. So 2800 attack, 2400 defense. Fun part about this guy is that he's generic. You don't need to be using Red Eyes for this guy. In fact, the only effect of his that actually is relevant towards Red Eyes is his last one, but I'll get to that later. His first effect states that this card cannot be destroyed by card effects while it has Xyz material. What? He's immune to destruction as long as he has Xyz material. That's ridiculous. That's just almost too good for words how great this thing is. His next effect is almost equally as good. Each time your opponent activates a card or effect while this card has Xyz material, inflict 500 damage to your opponent when that card or effect resolves. No, it doesn't negate the effect, but you're still burning your opponent, and that can really shut down their big power plays. Like if they're about to go for, say, like their Wombo combo, which involves a lot of card effects, you're going to be burning them for each one. So by the time they're thinking, oh, I can probably get out of this, and then all of a sudden they find themselves down to 300 life points, and they're not at game yet, they're done. Because you can easily just come back afterwards and just blow them sky high. It's just insane what this card is capable of doing, and I'm really happy about that. That 500 can make the difference sometimes. And his final effect says that once per turn during either player's turn, keyword either player, you can do this during your opponent's turn if you want to. What you do is you detach one Xyz material from this card, then target one Red Eyes normal monster in your graveyard and special summon it. So that means whenever you want, you can bring out the original Red Eyes or either of the new Gemini Red Eyes monsters. That's ridiculous. And if you do it during your opponent's turn, come around next turn, you can just normal summon one of the Geminis and have them have their effects. Opponent got a big field? No problem. Just detach and all of a sudden you're going to have Red Eyes Lightning Lord on your field and blow up the field. Perfect. Next up we have the spell card, Card of Red Jewel. This card states that you send one level 7 Red Eyes monster from your hand to the graveyard, draw 2 cards, then you can send one level 7 Red Eyes monster from your deck to the graveyard. You can only activate one card of Red Jewel per turn. What's amazing about this card for me is that it's a double use card. It's your draw power, and it's a Foolish Burial. I mean, honestly, what more can you ask for with that? It's great. But the next card is easily better. I present to you Return of Red Eyes. This is a continuous trap card, unlike the last one, which was just a normal spell. It says, if you control a Red Eyes monster, except Red Eyes Black Chick, you can target one normal monster in your graveyard, special summon it. If this card is destroyed by an opponent's card effect and sent to the graveyard, you can target one Red Eyes monster in your graveyard, except Red Eyes Black Chick, and special summon it. You can only use each effect of Return of Red Eyes once per turn. That's insane. So, if you decide to use it, your opponent, then you can bring back any normal monster at all. Doesn't have to be a Red Eyes. You can bring back a Blue Eyes, a Cosmo Queen, a frickin' Dark Magician. I mean, whatever you want, you can bring it back. Or you can even bring back one of the Gemini monsters, since they count as normal in the graveyard. And if your opponent decides to, I don't know, MST it, you're going to be getting a Red Eyes monster. Any Red Eyes monster, except for Chick, but why would you get Chick, honestly? You can even get back Red Eyes Darkness Metal Dragon. That is ridiculous. Just, oh my god, I can't even believe it. This card is going to easily be... I think my favorite part about it is actually that it just says you can only use each effect once per turn. But not that you can only use one of each effect per turn. So if it's your opponent's turn, and they blind MST this thing, you can just chain it, get your normal monster, and then once it's destroyed, get your Red Eyes monster. That's a double monster reborn right there. And to basically no cost. All you have to do is just control a Red Eyes for the first one, and have your opponent destroy it for the second one. It's ridiculously good. But that's all I got for you guys today. I am super hyped about the new Red Eyes support. Let me know what you guys think down in the comments below. Of course, don't forget to like and subscribe. And until next time, peace.